I'm delighted to welcome each and every one of you today to the official launch of our school's new strategic plan, Realising Our Potential. We're delighted to be joined by so many of you online today. Our previous strategic plan, Looking to the Future, Treasuring the Past, set ambitious targets. Some of those achievements includes the strengthening of the school's self-evaluation process, along with streamlining support, in particular in the area of special educational needs. The implementation of the school's digital strategy, along with an ICT staff mentor programme, a staff bursary fund, and a considerable investment in ICT infrastructure. The completion and opening of the Bishop Jones Centre and John Count McCormick Recording Suite, along with the partnership forged with the Sligo Academy of Music. The development of the Father John Leogue Ethos Award. The set-up and launch of the Summerhill College's Alumni Association. The introduction of the prefect system and revamp of the Student Council and its constitution. These are some, and it would be impossible to list all of the changes, but please accept our thanks to all involved with the many initiatives, projects, programmes that are aimed at improving the educational experience for everybody in this school. For the next 50 minutes or so, we will hear about the many aspects of our new plan, which our schools aims to bring about in the next 5 years. Our key stakeholders have all been involved with the creation of this plan, and through a series of videos and speeches, they will outline our aims. We begin this ceremony today by asking Bishop Doran, our college patron, to lead us in an opening prayer.
We ask your blessing, Lord, on all the staff and students of Summerhill College and on all those who contribute their time, energy and expertise in the ongoing development of the school to realise our potential. We give thanks for their gifts of creativity, critical thinking, commitment and service. Thank you also, Lord, for their openness to exploring new possibilities and challenges. We give thanks for the many ways in which the college and its staff have been able to work in partnership with families for the good of young people, living out the ethos and mission of the college. As they continue to journey with you, Lord, we ask you to give them wisdom through your Holy Spirit to discern what is right and good, true and just. Help them to draw upon the experience of yesterday as they respond to the questions and concerns of tomorrow. Grant that our present students may continue to grow through their experience of life here in the college, and that those who have moved on may have the energy and the generosity of spirit which will allow them to work with others to build a society which is firmly rooted in fraternity and social friendship. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen.
We're very fortunate here in Summerhill College to have a vibrant student council. I now call on Stephen Doyle, chairperson of the Student Council, to address you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stephen Doyle. I am a Leaving Cert student and chairperson of the Summerhill Student Council. I would like to thank all our guests for coming to today's launch of the school's strategic plan. By being part of the Student Council, I have been part of the development of the plan and propose very exciting times coming for the college. Through the Student Council, we have been looking at student wellbeing and had a very successful wellbeing week, during which we raised over €1,500, which we are very proud to donate to Jigsaw. We have also looked at developing sustainability and reviewed the energy efficiency of our lighting system. I hope you all enjoy this launch and enjoy many exciting and further fulfilling years in this college.
Welcome to the first part of our series in our strategic plan, Realising Our Potential, which focuses on curriculum. In this, we aim to continue to develop as a research-informed school. Secondly, to introduce senior cycle computer science and physical education programmes. Thirdly, to develop peer-to-peer coaching to continue to develop learning and teaching in the school. And fourthly, to move towards one-to-one provision of student devices.
So school-based research then can take two forms or a combination of both. So it can be research that's conducted in the individual school, or it can be where the school draws on national or international research that has already been conducted, or it can be a mix of both. So why are more and more schools moving to becoming research-based schools? Well, educational research and educational literature increasingly suggests that top-down change doesn't always necessarily mandate for what matters. So in other words, it doesn't necessarily take into account the individualised or contextualised nature of school settings, and that schools, when they conduct their own research, then their own evidence-based research is used to inform practice, and that sort of repositions agency to schools themselves. So in other words, schools or students or teachers have a little bit more control over changes that are introduced or implemented in the school.
We in Summerhill are excited that as part of our strategic plan, we will be introducing two new subjects to our senior cycle options: computer science and physical education. With computer science, an area which is ever-changing in today's society, and gives us a chance to move with the demands of college courses and industry by introducing it to our students. In Leaving Cert Computer Science, students will learn a variety of topics which are widely used in society today, such as programming languages, how to read, write, test and modify computer programs, designing web pages, digital animations, simulations, games, apps and robotic systems. It would be hugely beneficial heading to the many different strands of the industry. We're looking forward to introducing Leaving Cert Physical Education. And while Summerhill College would have a long history of sport, Leaving Cert Physical Education is designed to appeal to a broad range of learners who want to have science-based subjects as a background underpinning the course. Some of the learning in Leaving Cert PE will be useful in a range of subjects, including physics, chemistry, biology, home economics, English and DCG.
As part of the college's new strategic plan, we intend to develop the components of peer-to-peer coaching. Peer-to-peer coaching is where colleagues work together with the shared aims of mutual support and improvement of practice. Colleagues build new skills through reflection, feedback, teaching one another, conducting research, sharing ideas and problem solving. Over the life of this strategic plan, we intend to build on this collaboration and initial success. We intend to embed the components of peer-to-peer coaching and further improve the effectiveness of teaching and learning in the college. To do this, we will provide opportunities to draw upon the wealth of knowledge, skills and experience within the college community, and we will continue to support staff to cultivate relationships with their extensive network of subject associations, support services, third-level institutions and the business community.
We have decided to move to one-to-one devices, that's Chromebooks, for first years for next year. Now this makes sense for many reasons, not only for access to the digital copy of the book, which in turn lightens the load in the school bag, it also will develop the digital literacy for students on a robust device that's controlled by the school. They'll be able to work collaboratively with each other online, and they'll also be able to submit their assignments online to their teacher. We believe that this will prepare them for the future, for work, for college, for the online digital world that we all live in now.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mary Moore. I'm chairperson of the Parents Association. I'm very honoured to be invited here today to the launch of the Summerhill Strategic Plan. I'm also a very proud parent to be following my son Stephen's speech. I've been involved with the Parents Association since Stephen was in first year. For a lot of that time, I've heard Mr. Keogh talking about the strategic plan. The Parents Association spent hours in a meeting with him one night in the library, giving our views and thoughts and how we felt things should be done in the school. It's very encouraging to see that a lot of our ideas and thoughts were taken into account and can be seen in the plan. It's also fair to say that many years of planning have gone into this plan. I remember thinking that night that running a school was no easy task. Everything has to be constantly updated so that the school will continue to meet the requirements of the students and the staff, and to stay ahead of the race. To achieve this, a carefully thought-out plan is needed to define what the school needs and intends to achieve when it comes to their students' success. From reading through this strategic plan, I feel it is well thought out and aimed at achieving success for you all as students of Summerhill College. I urge you all to be proud of your school and to be proud of yourselves. I'd also urge you to aim to take advantage of any opportunities presented to you on your journey through the college. Well done to all involved in designing this plan and who worked so hard to bring it to fruition. On a final note, on behalf of myself and the Parents Association, and as a parent, I would like to thank all the teachers and management for the work and effort you put in during these unprecedented times to ensure the best outcome for all our sons. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. And now I call on Eugene Toolan, Chairperson of the Board of Management, to address us.
Bishop Kevin, students, principal, school management and staff, parents, guardians, board members and distinguished guests. Today is a wonderful day for the College of the Immaculate Conception, Summerhill, as we present and launch our strategic education plan of action for the next 5 years. It is a great honour for me as chairperson of the board, which manages the college on behalf of the patron for the benefit of students and their parents, to fully endorse and support this ambitious, innovative and progressive strategic plan 2021-2026. I am pleased to welcome Bishop Kevin Doran, who is our college patron here today, and whose valuable support and guidance is a key and constant element in the success and life of the college. It is fitting that the chairperson of the Students' Council, Stephen Doyle, and the chairperson of the Parents Association, Mary Moore, have made a presentation at the outset of this launch. And I would also like to acknowledge their valuable input into the strategic planning process and the college community as a whole. The title of the plan, Realising Our Potential, and the plan itself perfectly captures what is sacred about the college's mission and vision. A school which is always striving to improve and do better, and make the experiences in the school community as enjoyable and rewarding as possible. The priority areas agreed for action are in perfect harmony with the aims of the college and capture and reflect the Catholic ethos and spirit, the values and rich history and traditions of the college, which has existed for over 160 years. Students, this visionary strategic plan is especially for you. Your education, welfare, academic achievement, and your holistic development in a caring and nurturing environment. Your well-being and wellness are always to the fore, which was mentioned earlier by Stephen. To this end, it is not a coincidence that one of the priority areas of the strategic plan is the development of a well-being policy and a framework for practice. We are pleased to have as a guest presenter today Dr. Joseph Duffy, a past student of the college and the CEO of Jigsaw. This plan endeavours to further progress the mission and vision of the college as a leading centre of excellence in teaching and learning in the 21st century for Sligo City and its hinterland. It provides a roadmap for the future of the college and gives us direction and tells us what we all want to achieve as a school community over the next 5 years and how we plan to get there. The plan takes into account and celebrates all the very good work that has already been done in the college at present, including that was mentioned by Mr. Keogh earlier. It includes the academic, social, spiritual, pastoral and cultural domains and the extracurricular activities, and endeavours to build on the achievements of the previous strategic plan 2016-2020. Similar to the previous plan, the planning process for the current plan was again excellently facilitated by Mr. Anthony Brennan, an industry HR expert. The process culminated with the whole school community agreeing on the strategic priorities to progress and developed at this juncture. The process involved is reflective of everything that is good about the college: progressive thinking, collaboration, mutual respect, energy and commitment, and the active involvement of all stakeholders in the college community, including especially our excellent dedicated management and staff and our exemplary students who were so well represented by Stephen earlier. The collaborative process has resulted in an impressive and ambitious plan of which everybody involved can be duly proud and has ownership. I'm confident that it captures the centrality of the people, including the students for whom the college exists and who are always central to our purpose. And of course the staff, who are our greatest resource. As this process began before COVID, of course we are aware more now than ever about the uncertainty of the future. Thankfully, the plan reflects the modern concept of a rolling and emergent strategic planning process, which means that it is flexible enough to be tweaked and developed if necessary during the next 5 years. As you will see throughout this launch, and from the booklet, which was so expertly put together by Sister Patricia, the plan is a real live process, predicated on enhancing the educational provision and facilities for students and ensuring the continuation of the college as a centre of excellence in education and an exemplary professional, collaborative and caring learning community for students and staff. But it's not just about a document, it's the implementation that really matters. And to this end, a comprehensive implementation plan has also been agreed, which will be actively monitored and supported by the Board of Management over the coming years. Realising the whole potential of this plan as we move forward towards 2026 will require the full and active involvement of everybody in the community, including parents, students, staff, patron, board of management and the college alumni. Being aware of its rich and influential tradition reflected in its past pupils has always been a hallmark of this college. The involvement of its alumni has been brought to a higher level under the impressive stewardship of the current chair, Professor Jim Brown, who will join us online later. We are very grateful of the alumni support of the innovative career mentoring programme and the ongoing development of the college campus, including the outdoor sporting facilities, which are so necessary for a modern school and which have to be self-funded. These facilities, highlighted as a priority in the plan, are vital for the expansion of extracurricular activities which continue to be a hallmark of this college's legacy and success. The Board of Management looks forward to supporting and monitoring the college's exciting strategic journey towards 2026 and wishes to thank and congratulate everybody involved in the process to date and wish them every blessing and success over the next 5 years and beyond. Before I finish, I wish to especially thank our Principal, Mr. Paul Keogh, and his management team, whose leadership, energy and commitment to the process has brought us to where we are today, and no doubt, together with the excellent staff, will ensure the realisation of the potential of the college community and of this plan into the future. Guim Ratje ar gatain a churhi leis an obair tábhacht seo a chuirigh gríochs na blianta atá roin. Gur amaghribh.
The second in our series of the strategic plan, Realising Our Potential, focuses on community and relationships. The first part within this series, we aim to develop a career mentoring programme. Secondly, to create a biannual gathering for alumni, realising our potential. Following on from this, we aim to develop an Alumnus of the Year award with an alumni newsletter. And fourthly, to develop a transition programme for students from the Bishop Jones Centre into employment or further studies.
The Career Mentoring Programme is firmly rooted in our college ethos. Firstly, by assisting our current students to reach their full potential, and secondly, by utilising that sense of community so integral to the college spirit and embodied by our mentors as they give back to the next generation of Summerhill students. The aim of our Career Mentoring Programme is to support students at a critical time in their lives as they begin making decisions in relation to senior cycle subjects and programmes, college courses, future career paths or internships. It is also a unique opportunity as they are supported with their career goals by a member of our alumni or a friend of the college. The programme itself consists of a one-on-one mentoring relationship which develops over the course of the academic year. Here we see mentors and mentees engage in 4 online mentoring sessions in total, covering areas in career investigations, CV and interview preparation, work experience reflections, and emotional intelligence in the workplace.
One of the things I am really looking forward to is this biannual gathering. We had one already in the Radisson where we launched our Alumni Association. Now, that was in many ways even better than a normal kind of reunion because there were people from all years. I had people there who I taught 2 or 3 years previously. I had people there, I met people there who had been here in Summerhill with my uncles. There were people from my own time. So it was lovely to have a mixture of tables and to chat and to get together and to have a little bit fun and celebrate our memories, good and bad, of Summerhill, tell stories, rekindle links. And that's one of the most important things we're doing as by launching this biannual Alumni Association, because we want to realise our potential in the school, but also our potential for people who once we have left the school. Part of that too, on a more ongoing basis, would be a newsletter just to keep past pupils in touch with the stories of other past pupils all over Sligo, over Ireland, and all over the world, and with what's going on in the school as well. And an award for the Alumnus of the Year, the past pupil maybe who's made a significant contribution in some way, maybe to the life of the school or maybe in a broader way to society as a whole.
Our aim over the next 5 years is to develop a transition programme for students from the Bishop Jones Learning Centre onto employment or further education. We want to formalise the programme already in place and to build on relationships already created and to create new links with local businesses and institutions of further education. We aim to develop a programme to support workplaces in facilitating our students through work experience placements while they're still here in Summerhill College. And we also want to develop a programme to support our students in developing skills needed to access employment, further education and apprenticeships.
I am delighted to introduce Dr. Jim Brown, who is joining us online today. Dr. Brown is a member of the class of 1970 and has been the president of our Alumni Association since its inception 4 years ago. Dr. Brown is a past president of NUI Galway and now sits in a number of boards at a national level, including the National Children's Hospital. Both myself and Paul are very, very grateful to Dr. Brown for all the access he has given us to his expertise and knowledge as we forged ahead to develop the Alumni Association. I introduce Dr. Jim Brown.
Thank you, Owen, for that very kind introduction. It's my great pleasure to say a few words to you today on this important occasion as Summerhill College launches its latest strategic plan. As President of the Alumni Association, I'm sure I speak for all alumni when I applaud the commitment of the teachers of the school and the management of the school to the development of the college. I also applaud the tremendous ambition which is shown in this strategic plan. We recognise the great challenge that schools face today. We recognise particularly what's happened in recent years in terms of the need of schools to adapt very quickly to the challenges associated with teaching under the recent lockdown and the continuing crisis of COVID. We are delighted to see that the college is taking such great efforts to ensure that its students are well supported. We applaud the efforts of the teachers and the management to deal with that crisis. And we certainly appreciate the work that has been done to ensure that students got full value during the COVID situation. The speed with which the teachers in the school adopted new technology and used the new virtual reality teaching methods to ensure that pupils were properly supported during COVID was tremendous to observe, and I, as a past pupil, I'm very proud to see what's happening in Summerhill College. The Alumni Association will do all it can to support the teachers, management and indeed the students of Summerhill. We appreciate the tremendous education we got while we were in Summerhill College. We want to give something back to the college and to its students in particular. We believe we can help. We can help in a number of different ways. For the past few years, we've been engaged in a number of interesting initiatives. I think probably the most, from my own personal point of view at least, probably the most interesting of those and the most rewarding of those was the Transition Year initiative, where a number of us got involved with mentoring transition year students and offering the benefit of our experience as they seek to plot a way into their future careers. I have to say I found the students to be very interesting, very engaged, very involved and very committed. And I think also very appreciative of the work the teachers are doing in Summerhill, and it was good to see that. We were also involved in setting up a number of webinars under the title of Realising Our Potential. These webinars allow alumni to talk about their own careers and to give a sense to today's students as to what possibilities might exist for them into the future, to give them the chance to realise their full potential and to take full advantage of the education that's available to them through Summerhill. As an alumni association, we wish to ensure that as many alumni as possible engage with Summerhill College for the benefit of its students. We want to engage with you through social media. We want to engage with you through little events, through reunions, all of which have been held in the past couple of years. Some of them, in fact, held virtually because of the challenges associated with COVID. But for the future, we look forward to having more, if you like, more normal alumni events. In any case, as President of the Alumni Association, I want to encourage all alumni to get involved with the college, to engage with the college, the management and the staff of the college, in the best interest of students, and to ensure that the present day students of Summerhill College get the same advantage we got from the commitment and dedication of the staff who supported us in our time. As I say, I have no doubt with the strategic plan or with the ambition implicit in it that today's students are also getting tremendous value from Summerhill. I wish the staff and the students well, and I wish the management well as they endeavour to realise the interesting plan set out today in the strategic plan. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The third part of our strategic plan, Realising Our Potential. We are going to focus on culture. The first key area within this, we aim to undertake the Understanding and Living Ethos programme to revisit the ethos and mission of the college. Secondly, to support teacher education and professional development of staff in partnership with third-level institutions. And thirdly, to implement restorative practice and Friends First programmes to continue to foster positive relationships in the college.
As part of the Strategic Plan 2021 to 2026, which centres on realising our potential, the College will undertake a process to develop the understanding and living of the ethos of the College as a Catholic voluntary secondary school. It is a process that invites the whole school community to articulate its identity through a series of conversations. The process includes trustees, staff, students, parents, members of the Board of Management and the broader school community. It is a shared reflection on the part of all members of the school community on what the ethos of the school really is. The process is intended to be life-giving and supportive. It will be led and guided by the school community and will be characterised by honest and open dialogue.
Focuses in our strategic plan for the next 5 years is how we continue to support the professional development of our staff in school, but also how we engage with third level institutions in the training of incoming teachers. Summerhill teachers have always worked very, very hard to be at the forefront of new methodologies and ways in which we can enhance the learning experience for our students. And this continues to be the case and will be over the coming years, particularly through PDST and through links with local colleges and universities. Further to this, over the last number of years, we have made it a priority to increase the amount of student teachers we take in to help train and mould as the future of the profession. This has been very, very beneficial for both the staff in school as they see how these young teachers are being taught and some of the methodologies that they use. But it also has allowed us the opportunity to shape and grow the teachers of the future. This remains a very, very important part of our strategic plan for the next 5 years.
Positive, respectful relationships is at the heart of everything we value here in Summerhill College. Respectful relationships between students and teachers, between fellow students and staff, and relationships with the wider school community. Our college is a growing school community of over 1,100 students and staff. Respecting different perspectives and nurturing positive relationships within our college community is now more important than ever. Restorative practice is based on principles of empathy, self-discipline, and mutual respect. As part of our strategic plan, embedding restorative practice into our everyday school culture will further enhance the positive relationships within our college community.
So as part of our strategic plan, we hope to implement the Friends First programme, which is a school-based positive mental health programme. This programme helps students to develop effective strategies to deal with stress and worry and change, and teaches them how to have effective skills to reduce anxiety. This will be a whole school approach, and this will embed resilience in our students through our use of language and aligning our thought processes.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here to introduce the main guest of today's presentation, Dr. Joseph Duffy, from the class of 1988 and the CAO of Jigsaw. Dr. Duffy is no stranger to the college, having very generously given of his time last December to be the guest of honour at our annual awards ceremony. We are very, very proud of all of Dr. Duffy's achievements, and we are delighted that a past pupil is at the forefront of the national conversation on promoting the positive mental health of young people. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our main guest, Dr. Joseph Duffy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for the invitation to be here and to launch this new and exciting plan for Summerhill, realising our potential. Thank you also to all the students for the generous support you've shown Jigsaw recently in your fundraising efforts. It's incredibly important in terms of what you've done, but the fact that you've done it yourselves is amazing. Being invited back to your old school to undertake this task is such an honour. I'm delighted to be back here so soon after last November. I was joking to Paul earlier on that whenever there's an ease in lockdown restrictions, I can come to Sligo, which is fantastic. I went to Summerhill in the 1980s, and very much school life at that time there was a real sense of keep your head down, do your work. There was a sense that the focus was on throughput, not on output or not on outcome. It was a time when Ireland didn't have the confidence that it has now. If people were self-aware, it was something they very much kept to themselves. There was comfort in fitting in, about everybody being the same. Although there were some slivers of diversity evident at that time, being taught maths by Mr. Chadha, who was from India, was different and an insight into another world beyond Knocknarea. When I first read the strategic plan, when Paul sent it on to me, I smiled. It made so much sense to me. And sometimes when you're asked to undertake a task like this, and Paul said, will you launch this strategic plan? I was thinking, yes, that's something I want to do. And then I realised I'm going to talk about something and agreed to talk about it that I hadn't seen. I hadn't any idea about it. And there was something about, I just need to trust this process. So I was delighted when I could see what was in the plan. My firm recollection of the Summerhill motto was, be ye doers of the word. Reading the new plan, there's a subtle difference. The motto is translated and evident in the plan as be doers of the word. When you look up the Bible, the Bible verse it comes from, in one translation it says, do not merely listen to the word and deceive yourselves, do what it says. For me, coming back after over 30 years, the subtle change in language is not really subtle at all. In my time, education was something that was handed down to you. You mostly passively absorbed it, much of it unquestionably so. Be ye doers of the word fits with this experience. You need to do something, not me. The vision and mission now for Summerhill, encapsulated in realising our potential, talks about a very, very different educational experience. It's inclusive, it's holistic, there's a real sense of being in this together, our potential. A call to hold your head up, not your head down. A college that hosts over 25 nationalities and languages speaks to an Ireland today that treasures the past, as was recognised in the last strategic plan. The new strategic plan for me for Summerhill can be summarised in 4 C's: curriculum, culture, community and continuity. It's a plan that is obviously about a school and about education, but it's not only that. Its view is wide and welcoming. It's about learning, not just for exams or for the individual student, but it's about the school as a whole, with all students and staff, and very much connecting with the wider community. Any good strategy is both aspirational and also achievable. This one speaks of supporting young men in a modern world of well-being, of technology, of innovation, of thinking, the importance of extracurricular activities, environmental issues, being a centre of excellence, being research-informed, continuing professional development for teachers, restorative practice, mentoring, peer-to-peer coaching. The list goes on. There's a huge amount in it. It's really, really rich and fantastic. And this line really struck out for me. It talks also of providing a quality education that's appropriate to the abilities and needs of all of our students. And I think that that's something that's hugely important if it was to encapsulate all of the plan. A quality education, not just an education, not just here you are, here's the curriculum, just go and do it, but that's appropriate to the abilities and recognising there are different abilities, but also different needs of students. And I think that's hugely important. In developing a plan like this, one thing is really obvious, that there's been a lot of listening in its formation. This has been acknowledged by other speakers today. But by listening to ourselves, to each other and to the community, Summerhill is emerging stronger. This plan will support you all in being doers of the word, doing what is right, what is challenging, what is good, but importantly, what is for the common good. There is very obviously a future focus to this plan. It's action-orientated, it's very positively written, it's hopeful, it speaks about our potential, what we can all be. This plan is a shared sense of purpose, a common set of goals, and a consensus on the means of attaining these goals. Often the process in developing a strategic plan for any organisation is as important as the end product. This sense of cohesion, I hope you all feel and recognise as a positive byproduct, but not a passive one, an intentional one. And that sense in talking to Paul earlier on and saying that a lot of the ideas and the areas that are covered in the plan are picked up sort of almost osmotically in terms of listening to people around. And that's really important in terms of it needs to make sense for everybody. But I want to leave you with a challenge. My challenge to you now, to students, to teachers, to all school staff, to those who support Summerhill, is to consider what would be in your own strategic plan. You might ask, what do I mean by that? I think we can all benefit from time to time from taking out a blank page or opening a new Word document and dividing that page in 4. If we take a leaf from this plan and consider all of our futures while looking at areas for action, for development, for change, if we ask each of ourselves, what is our curriculum? For students, it might be the upcoming Leaving Cert. For staff, it might be what skills or new skills do I need to develop? For a parent, it might be what new thinking or what new experience or how am I going to manage when he's gone from the house now, when he's no longer here? So culture, what can I do to improve the culture in my life? I don't just mean reading or going to concerts, if anybody can remember what an actual concert is, or going to an actual concert. But what can I do to support the whole school positive culture in Summerhill? It's amazing in terms of listening to the language that's been used in the videos and used in the plan about a whole school approach, about well-being, about understanding. It really is, I suppose, placing Summerhill that really far step ahead of a lot of other colleges and the way that the thinking is there. The third element is around community and relationships. How can I develop and support the college community and indeed the wider community? Because most of the pupils and all the pupils coming into Summerhill, except those who come back as teachers, are transitioning through Summerhill, but they're making a contribution to the wider world. And it's about what can I do, what can I learn from here to bring to that. The last element in the 4 squares on the page is about continuity. What can I learn from, bring with me, but also develop and change into the future? So whether this is your first or your last year in Summerhill, I do hope this strategic plan speaks to you, that you're inspired by it, that you could think about your own plan and be a doer and make a difference. This is a plan to be proud of. Thank you very much.
The fourth area in our strategic plan, Realising Our Potential, we focus on policy and planning. Within this area, we aim to enhance the Wellbeing Policy Statement and Framework Programme. Secondly, we aim to develop the college infrastructure to include additional accommodation and outdoor sports facilities. We also aim to review the energy efficiency of the 2012 school building. And fourthly, to implement the fundraising strategy for facilities development.
As part of our strategic plan, Realising Our Potential, we aim to enhance our policy and framework in this area and to embed core values in our ethos and mission statement. We established 6 key indicators of well-being in the new junior cycle: respect, resilience, responsibility, active, aware and connect. And we aim to further enhance the students' experiences of these in their time in the school.
Over the past 9 years, these changes have really enhanced the teaching and learning for all our students. However, this journey must continue, and we must keep expanding. Our very ambitious school strategic plan is vital to this. The additional classrooms that are planned, ASD rooms, technology suites and science laboratories are vital for our future. The creation of a full-size all-weather pitch is also extremely important as part of our strategic plan. This will be vital to get more students participating in sports in our school. And we know how vital that is for mental health and well-being.
As part of the Realising Our Potential project, we're undertaking a review of the energy efficiency of the current 2012 building. Our plan is to analyse the current consumption of the electricity usage using real-time electricity meters in the college. This will give us data whereby we can work alongside government and non-government agencies in a bid to secure funding through SEI grants and other funding mechanisms. We're doing this to reduce the electricity bill on the college, which will in turn reduce our carbon footprint as a college and will be more achievable as we progress as a green country.
It is simply wonderful to see the fundraising strategy for facilities development enshrined in our strategic plan. It is an ambitious and exciting project, and for me, it is a dream come true. The Principal, assisted by the Development Committee, and with the blessing of the Board of Management, has already embarked on a vigorous fundraising campaign to secure much needed funds for the development of facilities, in particular sporting facilities. Involvement in extracurricular activities, together with a well-balanced academic and Christian education, will enable the students reach their full potential, the ultimate aspiration of all college community.
I would like to conclude the ceremony today by thanking all involved with the development of our new strategic plan, our students, staff, parents, members of the Alumni Board and Alumni Association, all of whom gave huge insight into this new plan and set the tone and outline for where we are to go on the next step of our journey. I would like to thank in a particular way our three Deputy Principals, Ms Murphy, Mr Moriarty and Mr Donoghue, and the members of the middle leadership team for their work with finalising this plan and for the development of its implementation document and targets. It was an amazing task to complete in the midst of a pandemic, with so many changes to the operation and running of the school, but was met with enthusiasm and determination by all involved. The Board of Management continues to be an ever-supportive presence along with the patron in the life of the college. The members of the Board volunteered their time and dedication and are unwavering in the goal of making this wonderful school the best it can be. They ensure that every resource is used for the betterment of all in the college community, and their energy in the pursuit and development of this plan is commendable and appreciated by all in Summerhill. In a particular way, I would like to thank Eugene and Sister Patricia for their ongoing hard work and support. I would also like to thank Dr Michael Dignan, Bishop of Clonfert and our previous chairperson, who laid the foundations in the college for strategic planning. With the development of a plan like this, and in fact any plan, an outside independent view is crucial. From our experience of the previous plan and its subsequent success, the Board of Management was delighted when Anthony Brennan agreed to guide the process. Unfortunately, Anthony couldn't join us in person today, but joins us online, and on a personal level I want to express my deep appreciation to Anthony for his time, support, humour and guidance throughout this process. Thanks to all involved with the ceremony today, to those who assisted with the development of the videos to highlight the different sections of the plan and what we hope to achieve over the next few years. I want to thank in particular Miss Aileen Cawley, our college chaplain, for putting the videos together and for directing the ceremony today. To Mr Donoghue, Edward and James for their camera work and smooth operations management. I thank our guest and main speaker, Dr Joseph Duffy, our college patron, Bishop Doran, our Chair of the Board, Eugene Toolan, our Chair of the Parents Association, Mary Moore, and our Chair of the Student Council, Stephen Doyle, and Dr Jim Brown, who joined us online, and for their contributions to the ceremony today. As we conclude, I would like to remind people again of our college motto, be doers of the word. Here in our school, we constantly strive to hear the word of God and also to put it into practice in every aspect of the life of our school community. This call to action inspires all to continue to seek improvement and to provide the best possible school experience for everybody. As we conclude the ceremony today, we set about bringing more change, taking action, making improvements, so we can all fully realise our potential. May our work continue to be blessed by God. Thank you.